The Curious Case of Whisper Whillet 2, The Ghost Chronicles by Brian Mullins. Narrated by Brian Mullins. Introduction. Before we get on to the chapters, unlike the first Curious Case of Whisper Whillet audiobook, I will have to clarify some things. I'm going to explain myself about how the first Curious Case of Whisper Whillet audiobook has a lot of explanations about what happened to the pre-Whillet pack from 1958 up until 4 months after the Theater of the Lamb was opened on August 25th, 1962. The drink that used the 2 packs' blood as either a topping or well within the mixture of that with honey, barbecue sauce, and wine. And both of these packs were, of course, of the Troutbow and Faith bloodline. And of course, Whisper Whillet himself, when he was alive in the first book, was never the leader of his own pack, let alone the leader of the pack he supposedly led before he was even born, let alone conceived. Chapter 1. Meet 3 new characters. Chapter 2. The explanation of the haunted environment surrounding the plot of land where the Theater of the Lamb used to reside by. That includes few of these characters hearing an outburst of laughter while nobody is really there laughing. It's just a bunch of collected spirits. 30 collected spirits from that one incident on June 3rd, 1995, when both Redmire's and Whisper's families died laughing at mostly know-how's one question that triggered an epic laughing binge on both sides. Chapter 3. Redbow builds a new bar right over the plot of land that the Theater of the Lamb used to reside by. Haunting experiences ensues, and so does the hilarity afterwards. Chapter 4. Bruce dies laughing after the bar opens, pretty much concluding its innocence in the same plot of land that the Theater of the Lamb used to reside by. Chapter 5. The more people came in to have a drink, the more likely they died laughing as the ghosts went inside them and took their lives. I'm giving explanations for the chapters. These aren't really the real titles of the chapters. Chapter 6. Redbow becomes the villain and goes on a worldwide anti-wolf genocide, which would have eventually wiped off every single wolf off the planet had his girlfriend not stopped him and let it happen, essentially. Chapter 7. Redbow comes clean about his past. Chapter 8. Redbow kills his entire family and then kills himself. Chapter 9. Lessons we've learned throughout this audiobook. And finally, Chapter 10. Conclusion/finale. And death toll counts, of course, because this whole franchise of audiobooks is fucking brutal. Now, without further ado, and without further dicking around, let's begin.